What will we find lurking under this bridge? While attending the 2023 Fitzgerald Fall Festival, I learned of an unincorporated small community to the north known as Bowen's Mill. So I Googled it. Bowen's Mill was named after the Bowens family who owned a grist mill that was located on the House Creek. So I decided to drive down to the Bowens Mill community to see if there were any remnants of the old grist mill. I am Danny, and welcome to my channel, Danovator, where my experiences become your adventure. Please subscribe and make sure you turn on all those notifications. I first drove up to the office of the Bowens Mill Fish Hatchery, which is located northwest of House Creek. The lady there had never heard of any ruins of an old grist mill on the creek. Let's keep checking. Maybe somebody's got to know something about those ruins. I noticed earlier as I drove by this Christian Recovery Center that some people were standing outside. They directed me to their manager, and he too didn't know of any structural remnants of the mill. But he did tell me to drive just a little south on Highway 129 and check out a sawmill located there because he thought that it may be owned by some of the Bowens. But before we go, let me show you this. Over here at this center is an interesting plaque. On the 9th of March, 1810, close to this area, was the last encounter in South Georgia between the local settlers and the Creek Indians. Senator Griffin and Major Cathro were killed. I couldn't find anyone roaming around at the Cypress Pine sawmill, but I did find a phone number. Talking to the current owner, I first learned he was not a Bowen. And second, since he was rather new to this area, he didn't know of any of the history or of any remnants of the old grist mill. I decided to give it one more shot and drive up into the Christian community that was located across the road from the fish hatchery. I stopped a lady that was driving her golf cart through this Christian community neighborhood. She provided me with a phone number to a gentleman who would certainly be able to educate me on the old Bowens Mill. I immediately called the gentleman and he told me the story of Bowens Mill. The grist mill was built in 1836 and was operated by the Bowens family. They also operated a water-driven sawmill. The Bowens Mill community was a popular destination which once had a post office, a swimming pool, a bowling alley, and a cafe and motel which was located in the building occupied now by the Christian Recovery Center. At some point before 1949, the wooden dam, which provided a 100-acre lake for the hydropower for the mill, gave way. Bowens Mill was washed away, and so was all but memories of this resort-style community. The gentleman showed me this perfectly preserved cornmeal bag that was once used at Bowens Mill. He also directed me to this scenic island, which is located at the entrance to the Bowens Mill Christian community. The gentleman that I talked to, along with others, salvaged some of the components from the damaging waters of House Creek. Well, here are some of the remnants of the old mill. Here's the huge millstone that turns the corn into mill. This is what I think was a water-driven direct current generator that possibly ran lights or other electrical needs in the mill. If you know exactly what these components were, then tell me in the comments section. I would love to learn more about them. The gentleman I talked to also told me there was another one of these turbine-looking blades by the bridge, so we will have to go check it out. If you made it this far in my video, please give me a like and give me that big thumbs up. The Bowen's grist and sawmill was located somewhere adjacent to the House Creek Bridge. Since the mill was washed away with the failure of the old dam back in the 1940s, I would assume that time consumed most of the wood remnants of its construction. Let's venture down beside the creek banks and do a little exploring. I see some kind of structure ahead. I found these 4 posts sticking out of the ground. Was this some part of an old pier? Hey, I see a ghost. It's a ghost canoe. There must have been a bit of paranormal activity in these woods. My film footage through this area turned out a little wacky. I see some sort of metal object over there. Looks like an old grocery store produce cooler. It was probably once used in the old cafe located back up the hill. Let's go to the bridge and check out that artifact I was told about. Hopefully, it won't be covered up by the swollen water level of the creek today. There it is. Many years ago, this component was part of the Bowen Mill. My best guess would be that this was a hydro turbine that powered something in the mill, or was used to pump water up into the Bowen Mill community. If you have any thoughts on what any of these components are, please leave an answer in the comments section. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed my adventure today in Bowen Mill, Georgia. We were able to find some of the remnants of the old grist mill. Remember to please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you're notified when I release my next video. And also remember, your adventure awaits with the Denovator. See y'all the next time.